Jesus Christ has radically changed my life. Christ has brought a joy to my life. To know that He loves me with an eternal love is incredible. Christ has brought a peace to my life. To know that my life is built on a solid foundation. The eternal God who does not change. We read about Christ in Hebrews chapter 13. Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And when you build your life on Christ, He gives you peace. But many people often say to me, Cliffe, your experience of Christ is delusional. And inevitably what they're talking about is, Cliffe, you can't scientifically prove Christ. Therefore, we conclude that your experience of God, your experience of Christ, is simply a delusion. Why don't you snap out of your delusion? That thinking is based, though, on a faulty philosophy. It's the philosophy of scientism that teaches, unless you can scientifically prove something, it's not true. Really? Please scientifically prove to me that unless I can scientifically prove something, it's not true. You can't do that. You're espousing a philosophy when you say, unless you can scientifically prove it, it's not true. That's not science, that's philosophy. And I can promise you, your philosophy is wrong. Why? The vast majority of your life is not based on science. Every single relationship that you have with a human being is based on trust. It's based on evidence of reliability plus trust. You don't scientifically prove a person. Think about how credit in America is basically trusting a person. The essence of credit in the world, financial credit, is confidence in another human being. You don't prove that person. Rather, you have confidence that that person is going to pay back the loan that you've given them, that they're going to honor their debts. And one of the reasons that we have an economic crisis in the United States, in the world today, is because people are losing confidence in their fellow man, fellow woman. To hide behind the idea that unless you can scientifically prove something, it's not true, is escapism. Step out of that escapism. Realize that science is a wonderful branch of knowledge, but it's very limited in its scope. There is so much more to life than being able to scientifically prove something. The whole financial system is not based on science. It's based on confidence in another human being, the ability that we have to trust another human being, in spite of the fact that we can't prove that they're going to pay us back. Jesus Christ has the evidence that points to His reliability. That evidence is a sinless life. He never sinned once. I've tried to live a sinless life. I have failed miserably. Read the teachings of Christ in the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus says, if someone strikes you on the right cheek, turn to them the other also. He's not calling us to be doormats, but He is calling us to break that cycle of tit for tat, that cycle of vengefulness, and to forgive. That's the only way reconciliation can occur. And Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. To be a peacemaker is so fulfilling. It's so exciting. To watch two estranged parties come back together in harmony, in forgiveness, in love. How amazingly gratifying that is. When you read the teachings of Christ, you cannot escape the magnificent brilliance of them. And then watch the way He dies. He drags a wooden crossbeam up a hill. The Roman soldiers nail Him to that crossbeam. His enemies taunt Him from the foot of the cross. And He prays, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. The love that flowed from His face is overwhelming. And then the peace that He experienced was incredible. As He prayed, Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. That's where I want to be. I want to be a man who trusts God, who trusts Christ, and who enjoys life as an incredible gift from God, but is dependent upon God and experiences then the peace, the incredible peace that comes from being connected to the God who does not worry, the God who does not fear, the God who is not caught off guard or by surprise. God is at peace within Himself. And when you and I trust in Christ and are connected to God, His peace begins to rule in our lives. No, Jesus Christ is no delusion. Jesus Christ is the truth. Jesus Christ is no delusion. Jesus Christ is real. Jesus Christ is no delusion. Jesus Christ is the absolute, crystal clear revelation of the true living God. Is it not time for you to put your faith and your trust in Jesus Christ? I plead with you, trust in Christ. He is the way, the truth, and the life. He is no delusion. He is absolutely reliable, totally credible. God bless you as you make that most important decision to put your faith, your confidence in Jesus Christ.